Hello everyone, this is Raji. In association with AKST, today let us learn about web activity in Azure Data Factory. So, the web activity can be used to call a custom REST endpoint from an Azure Data Factory. You can pass datasets and link services to be consumed and accessed by the activity. Here, I have opened the Azure portal. In activity, search for web. This web activity is supported for invoking URLs that are hosted in a private virtual network as well by leveraging self-hosted integration runtime. So here we have three tabs. General tab, here where we can give the name. In settings, we have to give the URL. Let us create a parameter naming URL. Here I have a dummy URL. Copy that one and paste here. This URL is nothing but target endpoint and path. You can add it dynamically. Click OK. And the headers here represents that the header that are sent to request. For example, to set the language and type on a request. Datasets means list of datasets passed to the endpoint. Linked services means list of linked services passed to the endpoint. Disable certificate verification validation means it removes server-side certificate validations. So here we have given the URL. Just validate it. We have to select the method here. We want to get the employee data here. So let us validate. It is still in progress. Let us trigger this. Let us go to the pipeline. So this is the input we have given, the URL, and we want to get the data. So here we can see the employee name, ID, employee salary, and all the details here in the output. So this is how we use the web activity to call a custom REST endpoint. Now let us see another activity in Azure Data Factory called WEBHOOK activity. So a WEBHOOK activity can control the execution of pipelines through custom mode. With the WEBHOOK activity code, can call an endpoint and pass it a callback URL. The pipeline run waits for the callback invocation before it proceeds to the next activity. Here in activity search for WEBHOOK activity. Here we have three tabs: general, in where we have to give name. In settings, we have to give the URL, and here the method is always post. And we have here headers. Here we have timeout. Here in the URL, you have to specify a URL for the webhook, which can be a literal URL string or any combination of dynamic expression function system variables. Here, let us open this. So this is about the webhook activity. Here we have timeout, how long the activity waits for the callback specified by the callback URL to be invoked. The output of the webhook activity, we can give it to the web. So like we can send the email using this webhook activities. So this is about web and webhook activity in Azure Data Factory. Thank you.